by Donna, Krech, CEO and motivational speaker. Don't pass it up. Eat the meatloaf, right?
Right. Last week we talked about dancing. This week we're talking about eating meatloaf.
This is good. I like where this is going.
Right? So I am all about experiences. I mean, I coined the phrase, life's short, don't miss a minute of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I really believe that the huge experiences, the tiny experiences, the ones you create as rituals or traditions, they're what make life amazing. Listen, life can be tough. Mm-hmm. There is stress. And I think that if you focus on the experiences, you always realize how rich it is. You always have something to be grateful for, and you always have a situation in which you're making it better for other people. So let's talk about the meatloaf. I do a coaching group, a mentoring group for business folks, and it's all about also experiencing life. So last week we went to DC. So I took them to DC and I created a bunch of experiences, plus talked about how to market, how to make their business better, how to make more money, manage their money. But we talk about life experiences. So I took them to Old Evet's Grill, which is a classic historical restaurant in Washington, DC. Mm-hmm. Well, as we sat down, and I don't even think about this, it's so instinctual for me. We opened the menu, I looked it over, and I said, I'm having the meatloaf, because this is a dish they would have eaten back in 1890, whenever. This is what they would have experienced, and I wanted the experience surrounded by history, reading the history of the restaurant, the people who've been there, imagine dining. They used to have cards on the table that would say, here are the people who sat at this table. And of course, it was presidents and celebrities, and you just knew that kind of the air you were sharing. So I ordered the meatloaf. And somebody that was in the group said to me later, you realize you ordered the meatloaf, and you did it, you verbalized that you did it for the experience of taking it all in. I said, well, I did, but I don't even think about that stuff. So one thing I would pose, Jesse, is to say to people, where can you really take in something that's going on around you and make it a little bit bigger, a little bit better, a little bit more life impacting by eating the meatloaf? Now, we were having the conversation, my friend and I, and she said, well, how would you teach people how to do that? I said, it's a framework. Big things, little things, or the traditions that you create. So I would say to people, have your sights set on some big experiences. Listen, I've gotten to dance on the Great Wall of China. That's a big experience, right? I've gotten to reach down, even with a quivering hand, and touch the Via Dolorosa in Jerusalem. You need to want to have some big experiences. But then, what was awesome? I got to sit with a Hispanic friend on the evening of Cinco de Mayo and have a margarita and talk about the Alamo. Now, that feels big to me, but you might go, you're having a margarita with, a Mexican guy, right? That was an experience that will forever stay with me. Or it might be that you want to create experiences that are traditions. My daughter has twins, and they're about 9 months old now, but from the moment they were born, I would say to them, every time they'd enter my space, I would go, 2 of them? What do you mean there's 2 of them? And oh my gosh, the grin, the breakout of the grin. Now, I'm probably going to say this to them as long as I live. That's an experience. It might be bedtime stories with your kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews. It might be the way you kiss the person you love goodnight every night. Life's about experiences, and I think, quite honestly, being aware of them is what will make you embrace them, have them. And again, life can be stressful. Life has its issues, but when you take in the experiences, life is rich. It's full. It's fully alive.
And that's why you don't want to miss a minute of it.
Don't miss a minute of it. And eat the meatloaf.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being with us. Don't go away. We'll be right back.